Hey friends, really excited today to have Shreekant. Shreekant is the MD and CEO of MCX. MCX is such a sexy story that I don't need to really repeat it. It's a fantastic, it's opened up the commodity space for the common man. You've brought commodity trading just like stock market trading was happening to the common man. And they got such a fantastic story. I'm not going to actually get into that. First question is really, Shreekant, talk about the impact of MCX beyond the business model itself on the nation, the economy of India. How has that been impacted?
Yeah, I think there are several ways to look at it. If you look at, say, particular products like, say, a mentha oil, which was a product which is produced by small farmers, and basically they don't know what the price is, they don't know how to export it, they don't know what kind of quality certification is required, and so on. Now, when we introduced mentha oil on our platform and we laid down the quality standards, and we basically helped the farmers to understand that. What they have been able to do is that they know what is the future price, they can work out their costing. So the land under cultivation of mentha has gone up several times.
Fantastic.
Over the last 3-4 years. Their export realization has gone up because once it passes through the MCX platform, the overseas buyers are saying if it is passes MCX platform, it is of good quality, we will buy it straight away. So the farmers are actually able to produce a high mentha and which can be readily exported if it is accepted on the MCX platform through its quality certifying agency. So the realization has improved, the area under cultivation has improved. So it's a multiplier effect on the farmers. Also, what has happened is that the middlemen were charging very high rates. So that cost has come down and that benefit is also going to the farmers. So that is another benefit to them. Similarly, we have been able to do something like this with cardamom, which is a spice out of Kerala, and again, a similar thing that export MCX cardamom is treated as export quality. So you don't have to do further certification or quality check on that. Similarly, MCX mentha is that. Thirdly, on the bullion side, we have introduced several innovative products. Like we have introduced 8 gram coin, a 1 gram gold petal contract, where retail people can invest into a future of 1 gram gold petal. They can accumulate and ultimately they can take deliveries.
Wow.
So they have, and these, all the gold which is delivered is LBMA hallmarked with proper certification. So there is no chance of impurity and it comes at a lower price than otherwise you would buy it from the market. So that is one more investment avenue. For example, yesterday we have launched 1 kg silver contract.
Wow. Okay.
So otherwise the wholesalers will trade in 30 kg silver bars. Now as an individual, if you want to invest, you also have the facility to put it in your demat account, not take delivery. If you want to take a delivery, you will take delivery with proper LBMA certification, purity, and this will cost you again about 1,000 rupees or 1,200 rupees lower than 1 kg which you will buy from the market. So basically we are able to offer these products which are better in quality and which result in the cost saving for the investor. Now if you look at the jewelers, they have got a 100 gram and a 1 kg contract to hedge. So, and we have tied up with the associations like a Bombay Bullion Association and so on. And we have created awareness among all the jewelers. So today the smallest of the small jeweler can hedge his inventory overnight.
Wow.
In gold. And today MCX gold is the benchmark. Earlier, in Delhi there used to be a different price for gold. In Bombay there used to be a different price of gold. In Economic Times on the front page you will get gold at Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta. You don't see that now because MCX gold is the benchmark. So if you go to a small jeweler and ask him, I want to buy jewelry, he will say MCX plus 250 rupees making charge.
It's like LIBOR.
Yeah, so it has created that benchmark. All the exporters and importers are able to hedge their exposure very effectively. The smallest of the small jeweler can hedge even in multiples of 100 grams. And there are more than 300,000 registered jewelers with Gold Council of India. So that way they have got a price risk insurance product. And they have to focus on their business because they know that their selling price, the input price, they are locked in both. They know what the margin is and they have to operate within that. So it removes a lot of uncertainty. And similarly, we have done it for copper. Small guys, we have introduced copper contracts in smaller denominations so that they can hedge. And so they have a facility now to hedge for the first time in Indian rupees, in Indian time zone, on Indian market, and settle through their own usual bankers. Otherwise, for smaller players, it was impossible before MCX started to go to, say, London Metal Exchange and hedge. because there the lots were very big, the products were very big, and no broker will serve the smaller guys, and then you are opening a currency risk.
Absolutely.
And you are trading in some other time zone. The cost of KYC nowadays in Europe, I am told, is £135,000.
My
Just
God.
the cost of doing KYC. So for small and medium enterprises, this is totally unviable. So we have actually in a way democratized the market, brought it down to the lower level, so the smaller and smaller people can participate at a very efficient cost. So they don't have to pay a higher price because they are smaller.
Fantastic story. What a fantastic story. One of the other things, and I think this is very insightful, one of the other things that I've always, admired about you is how you've brought access to the arm army, so to speak, in terms of getting the exchange and other things. Talk a little bit more about your efforts into making sure that everyday person can actually do these kinds of trades on a regular basis.
Yeah, so basically it is the technology which our parent has, which is a very versatile and very, you can say, value for money kind of a technology with no downtime, and it can be accessed very cheap. That is one. Secondly, the kind of contracts, as I described, are relevant to the common people or their business requirements and so on. And so they can effectively hedge, give deliveries, take deliveries if they require. So it actually helps them to do the business on this in terms of accessibility. The other way to look at accessibility is that equity markets are confined to bigger cities and towns. Say they are confined to 500 cities and towns. And electronic trading in equity markets has been prevalent for more than 20 years now. In a short span of 10 years, we have reached out to 1577 cities and towns.
Wow!
So our reach is, we can say, 2 to 3 times of the equity markets already.
Fantastic.
If you see the brokers on equity markets, they are at around 1200. We have those all 1200 as our brokers, and we have another 1000 unique brokers. So our number of brokers is close to 2150 now. So it is slightly higher than that. So we have larger number of brokers, we have penetrated deeper, and these brokers are setting more and more terminals. So these brokers, as of March, they had almost 346,000 terminals. And these markets can be accessed from internet, they can be accessed from the mobile phone, they can be accessed by lease lines, VSATs. So all kinds of connectivity is possible.
Fantastic, fantastic. So what happens to the future? So where are you seeing the MCX story go in India, and whatever your thoughts are?
Yeah, no, future is very good because even at 1577 towns and cities, we are still under-penetrated. Because if you look at the agricultural market yards, they are present in more than 7,500 places.
Okay.
So in terms of penetration, we are at 20%. If you look at the client base, we have a client base, although which is growing at almost 40 to 50,000 clients every month, is at 2 million. Equities client base is close to 20 million. And we are saying that commodity is a much bigger asset class than equities, world over it is. And also that more population or more proportion of the population is connected to commodities as a risk. As I was saying, 60% of India's population is connected to a commodity price risk for their daily livelihood itself. So it has to go much deeper into India in terms of number of clients. It has to reach in the interiors of India, and we will have several new products to come up. So that is one area. Secondly, the regulations are also opening up. Today, if you compare equities and commodities, we are constrained in several ways. We are not allowed options, we are not allowed indices, banks, even Indian banks, mutual funds, FIIs are not allowed to participate. So our market is very restricted. So if you do a like-to-like comparison, because we are not allowed options, indices, you disregard that turnover from equity markets. Today we are already 5 times bigger than BSE NSE put together on a like-to-like basis.
5 times that bigger.
So when the regulations open up and we are allowed to do options, indices and new innovative products, I think that will open up another area of growth for us.
Superb. It sounds fabulous. Last question really, Shreekant. Talk about yourself. What drives you? What makes you so passionate about this?
No, I think FT Group itself has that passion, to create a market for the masses and have a network of global exchanges. That is, unfortunately, MCX is confined to India because of the regulatory requirements. But and the passion is to deliver value. Passion is to do something which is where you own the IPR. We are not doing your people are not executing projects for others for some few dollars. So we own all the IPRs as a FT Group, and we do work, our technicians do work only for our own ventures.
Fabulous.
We don't work for others.
Fabulous.
So that is what we take pride in, and whatever results we have been able to deliver, that MCX, in spite of all the restrictions, is second largest in the world today.
What a story. Congratulations and best of luck. I'm sure we'll continue to hear more from you. Best of luck and thank you very much.